Hello everybody and a very warm welcome to this week's episode of Hidden Jewels of Soul and Disco. My name is Nadine, I'm writing for Souldisco.de, and once again I would like to say thank you for all the subscriptions, the comments I'm getting this week. I really appreciate that. This week I'm going to do a little featurette. I'm going to dive a little deeper into an artist, and I'll present you with an album which is not hidden, which is also very famous, because the thing is, I overheard a conversation when I was in a record store between a few people about 70s soul singers. And I wouldn't say that I was shocked, but I was confused, because they were talking about a soul singer and saying like, yeah, I do remember that woman. She had this ugly, disgusting, disrespectful cover, and it was horrible, and it was it was really worse. It was bad. And there was another one saying, yeah, I do remember that because there was also a song on it including something with the word fart in it. And I was like, who? And then I remembered. These people were talking about Millie Jackson, and the cover they were talking about was from her 1998 album Back to the Shit. And I'll show you, if you don't know the cover, up here in all of its glory. And yes, you will see it absolutely right. She's sitting on a toilet, and yes, she's looking that she might have had too much Mexican food. Why she choose that kind of cover? I guess she wanted to make a point. Maybe she wanted to shock people. That worked. But the thing is, what I was a little irritated about it was that she's been remembered because of that cover and not remembered. By the way, she's still around, but that she's remembered as because of that cover and not of the legacy and the back catalogue she did. She was in the 70s especially a huge influence on women, and saying, you are the man, I'm the woman, but of course I deserve the same respect as you do, and I'm not just here to wash your clothes and take care of the kids. I have the right for my own life. And, she was very strict in that, and talking to the people. And she managed herself. She was singer, songwriter, composer, like I said, singer-songwriter. And she also managed other acts. So she was quite busy and a very good businesswoman as well. But instead of becoming a household name like Gladys Knight, like Tina Turner, she went in a little other direction. Like I said, she was very strict, and she had songs which included the F word and all of it. So that was quite something. But anyway, I wanted to point out an album she did. And that's something she should be remembered when talking about Millie Jackson, is an album she brought out in 1974, which was produced by Brad Shapiro, and it's considered one of the best soul and R&B albums ever, and it shouldn't be missed in any record collection. And this album is called Caught Up. I love the cover art. The cover art fits perfectly to the album. It's a story about a love triangle. Side A is the point of view from the girlfriend who is in this relationship with the married man, and on the B side is the point of view from the wife. So how did that album happen? Back in the day, they tried to get the live atmosphere from Millie's shows onto record, and a regular song on her live shows was "If Loving You Is Wrong, I Don't Want to Be Right," which is a tremendous good song. Has been covered by many people, including Isaac Hayes. And they started recording the song, and right in the middle of the song, Millie Jackson starts talking. Is telling a story about the married man she's with, that she has to wait when she's having time and all of that stuff. And once the recording was finished, an engineer was asking, okay, what are we going to now? What are we going to do with it? And then she said, you know what? We're going to finish the story. And so they built the songs around the story, and you have a whole concept with that. And that was the first time, actually, this topic has been brought on record in a whole concept album. These were the talks of women when they were in the laundry and saying, okay, I got a new boyfriend, but he's married. Or the wife was saying, okay, I know my man is cheating on me. And this was the first time it was brought on record and played on the radio. These topics weren't handled in that perspective as much back in the day. That started just after this album was released. So the thing was, they finished the album, they got to Spring Records' official office in New York with the acetate, they played it for the record company, and the record company was like, it's gorgeous, we love it, it's great, but we have 2 issues with it. First, the tracks are too long. Usually, back in the day, the single was around 3 minutes. The main title of Loving You Is Wrong is about 9 minutes. How are we going to do it? And the next thing is the songs are blending into each other. It's like you never have a break. It's just fading one song into another to tell the story. So I said, we never done this before, so how is going to make it on the radio? So what they did is they invited radio personality Frankie Crocker from WBLS. And they played him the acetate, and he was listening and sitting and saying, And the executives of the record company said, do you have any suggestions what we can do with it? And he was looking at them, he stood up, went to the turntable, and he held the record, and they were like, okay, what's he going to do, smashing it? And he put the acetate in a sleeve, put it in his pocket, and he said, I'm taking this thing with me and play it on the radio. And that's when they knew, okay, they had a hit. So that's how that happened. And I want to quote Millie Jackson on this particular album. And she said, most of the time in my personal life, I was the other woman. But I also felt the need to give the wife a say-so. Women loved it. I was speaking to them. I was the poor people's queen. I didn't sell records to boogies. It was the poor people who bought my music. The women who bought Diana Ross did not buy Millie Jackson. The people in the projects understood me. I was down and dirty. I told you like it was. She also said that men didn't want my records to be played in their house. They wouldn't come to see me live because I spoke the truth to women. I got a reputation for being rough on men. Yeah, if you listen to some live stuff she's singing and doing, that'd probably be right. But anyway, you can listen to that album on YouTube, on Spotify. Get it. It's you can get an original pressing for around $10, and I promise you won't be disappointed. So, well, let's have a listen. Here are a few snippets.
If it's ever gonna end, or have all of my worries just began. I'm tired of having
Mom,
to be.
did you really mean all that? I mean, after 10 years, you gonna put the man on me and make me take care of you and some other dude?
I think I didn't promise you too much. Yes, Millie Jackson is not having the smoothest, silkiest, soulful voice, but she has a voice with character. And when you hear her sing, you know that she means every word. And yeah, I'll show you the record. Like I said, this is the front cover. I hope you can see that. Man in the spider web, he's in the middle. He kind of looks confused. On the left, on the right is the wife or the girlfriend. So this cover fits perfectly in the whole concept of it. It's brilliant. I love the cover. And here you see the back side. of the cover, and there's also Millie Jackson in the spider web with a face from the here with the face of It Hurts So Good album, which was released before this one, but it's also an alternative cover you find sometime. This is the record. Let's see with... Oh, I love driving the car again. This is side A. And this is side 2 from the original spring pressing. So, this album went to number 4 on Billboard and got her a Grammy nomination. And in the next year, there was the follow-up. And if you have a successful album, the follow-up is always difficult. And the follow-up is not having the same vibe, it's not having the same feeling. And even the cover honestly disappointed me, because here I had a cover that fit to the whole concept, and here I get a nice shot of Millie Jackson. She did some good songs on it. I love her cover version of Loving Arms, and also You Can't Stand the Thought and Leftovers, but it's not nearly, honestly, not nearly as good in my opinion as the first one is Caught Up. But anyway, you should also give it a listen and decide yourself. During the 70s, also want to show you this. Like I said, Millie Jackson released a string of other albums. This is just a few of them. We have here by 1979, she made a collaboration with Isaac Hayes while rapping. You can listen to it. It's a good album. This one is just a little bit country. It's a kind of R&B disco version of, for example, like I Can't Stop Loving You. Yeah, you can listen to it. Also, well, you know what her live shows are about if you just see that picture. She was she's still a great singer. She was absolutely great in her performances. So you can't go wrong with a Millie Jackson album. But if you have the chance to choose, you should absolutely go with Caught Up. That's the best she ever released. And yeah, but also the other stuff she's done isn't wrong. It's very strong. So please don't remember Millie Jackson just because of the album I showed you first. So yeah, next week we will be having once again a regular episode of Hidden Jewels of Soul and Disco. But that was very important for me to point out the importance of Millie Jackson, the great work she did, and so stay healthy, stay safe, listen to good music, and I'll see you next week.